Hi, everybody. So, I am just taking a walk to the beach. I have been getting emails asking if I'm okay. Thank you so much for your emails. I do appreciate, like people touching base with me because from my last post, it sounded like, I was just like giving up. Not giving up, but, things sounded a little uh, not so okay. But things are okay as far as they can go. What I will say is, I do need more firepower, right? I do need more investors. I do need more people who see the potential of Seamoss and what we can do with Seamoss. It's been a while since I took y'all out to the beach. It's going to be a little windy. I hope you can hear. But, I myself haven't been out here in a while. And I was just tired of being cooped up. But yeah, so you can see what it looks like out here. So this is my backyard, y'all. This is my backyard. Our tide right now is low. I don't know if anyone can see. Yeah. So I do need more firepower, you know? At this point, I'm doing a lot and it requires a lot of my physical work and physical attention, you know, but it's going, it's going, it's doing well. People are coming. Like the last video I posted, that young man who came all the way from Germany, and I want y'all to understand, this is no mean feat for someone to take their airplane and say, okay, of all the land of YouTube, of all the land of the internet, this person is giving me the straightest of the straightest that I'm going to get it. This person has the documents. This person has the paperwork. This person shows you how she gets it, where she gets it from, and who she gets it from. And for that young man, to see all of that and come all the way from Germany, it means a lot to me, because if the people who are taking CMOS, they're taking it for wellness. They're taking it for a holistic life. They're taking it to feel better about themselves, feel healthier. They're taking it to feel stronger, right? But in the last video I also posted, if you watch that whole video, it's only 24 minutes long. I suggest that you watch it. That there is a government official talking about the issues that the seaweed farmers are facing. And that is from some of the most beautiful and pristine locations. So when I started this, I thought, why not? Y'all didn't sign on to see me. Look at the ocean while I talk to you. So when I decided to do this, I decided that I was going to do it with the best intentions. I was going to make sure that it was going to be a fair and balanced business. I believe I was given the opportunity to do that, to show that I can do that. But what the European buyers are saying to me is that we see you, we validate what you are doing, what you are saying. So that to me is extremely important. That validation from not just inside our community, but outside of the American, African American, Caribbean American community. That people can look at what I'm doing and validate it. To say, yes, she's doing something good, well, and positive. Because I know the consumer mindset enough when I started the company where I wanted to take the company to. I know that this company, this product, has a potential to go into mainstream supermarkets. It has the potential to go into top supermarkets. It has the potential to go into um, the highest of places, because the consumers who live in those places want access to it, but they can't. And I wanted to take it from a folk product to a mainstream product. And understanding the consumer mindset, I know that there are specific things that the consumer is going to want to ask. There are specific things. Now, you over there in the States who's trying to get it as cheap as you can get and flip it and sell it back and make all that money, that's okay. Okay, that's fine. That's how you got to do or how you need to make money. But I know that I don't have to do this to make money. But since I am doing this, it is going to be done the right way. It is going to be done the proper way, and it's going to be done in a way that makes me feel comfortable and confident in myself, that I am doing the best that I can do with all the people along the value chain. This is not the only way for me to make money. However, this is how I chose to spend my time. And since I choose to spend my time this way, it's going to be productive. In order for it to be productive, to reach my standards, it has to have traceability. You need to know where your stuff is coming from. When you go to those international buyers, or for example, the young man who came here, when he goes to his international people, his channels, he can demonstrate this is the paperwork. This is the line from of custody of this product that you're consuming. This is the company that I got it from, not some obscure email address who is sending it from one side of Africa when they got it from the other side, and shading things because they want to protect their sources, they want to protect their whatever. Okay, for me, I am a player in the industry. My company is the first company on mainland Tanzania to be registered for seaweed processing. Seaweed trading from mainland Tanzania. I can say that, okay? But so I had to study. I didn't get the luxury of studying the exact, ebbs and flows of the all the details before seeking investors, before going and getting all the certifications and all of that stuff. Yes, thank you, DC. I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't get that luxury, okay? Because Tanzania is not like that. Simple. If you have the luxury of chilling for about 2 or 3 years with money in the bank, and you can chill and relax for 2 or 3 years, and then pick and choose which industry you want to get into, even after all of that, and you decide that, okay, I want to be in gem trading or seaweed trading or whatever it is that you choose that you want to be in, you really don't know what you're getting into until you get into it. And I'm speaking to people from the perspective of a foreigner. Likely, the people who will maybe get involved in something, maybe they know someone who knows something from a local perspective. From a foreigner perspective, we have to buy our way into that. Okay, we have to, and it takes time. Even if you have a ton load of money, Tanzanian people want to know that they can trust you. They want to know that you are who you say you are. They want to know that you can do what you say you can do, and they want to know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. So from that perspective, you have to. I didn't have that luxury, so I pretty much jumped out of the plane and got all the holes in my parachute on the way down, right? And being able to understand the market, understand the industry, understand exactly what needs to be done, that took time, okay? Being able to get all the paperwork, oh Lord, that took time and money. Out here in my position, time is money. I'm not talking about, if you came and you don't have a child and you don't have the same kind of commitment in real estate, and you don't have the kind of labor needs, you don't have the kind of things that I have to deal with, then maybe you will be a little bit more agile. But at the same time, in order to get certain documentation, you can't be agile. You have to be stable and stayed put. You have to be, you have to have the documents. Oh, why is this daylight mosquito coming here? Of all the places in Africa, it's attacking me. Anyway, yeah, as far as if you decide that you're going to come in here and get involved in import, export, and you're going to do it yourself, meaning you're going to put everything in your name, you're not going to be able to move as swiftly and as agile as you need to be. Okay. And I took people out I made those videos about the southern coast and where the quality Seamoss actually does come from. I took those videos because there is a very big difference between where seaweed is farmed on mainland Tanzania and where it is farmed elsewhere. Out over here on mainland Tanzania, there are many little small islands and islets that dot up and down the entire coast. Up and down the coast, there are many parks and reserves. A lot of people live inside marine parks and are able to do very, very light business, meaning they can't fish, they can't be catching no octopus, they can't put up any hotels, they can't put up any lodge, they can't put up anything in these areas that is going to impede or take away from the natural environment. Okay, so all of the areas that you saw me going to in that video, those particular areas are designated areas specifically for seaweed farming. So out there are no hotels, there is no pollution, there is no water runoff and causing the seaweed to have the sea moss to have ice disease. There is a lot that is not there, okay? All that's out there is some human beings trying to live on in nature, okay? They do not, because they live in these pristine and beautiful environments, they don't necessarily have the same accessibility to transportation. They don't have the position of bargaining. They don't have a lot that they need to have, and 99% of them are women. Okay? So, excuse me, ain't nobody with me today, So, from the position of a seaweed farmer in a remote, beautiful, pristine country, area of the marine parks and reserves, that is where we do our business from. Okay? Other people go elsewhere where the struggle is not as real, where things are not as difficult. Other people are doing other things where they are they can live where they want to live and do what they want to do because they're not necessarily doing the things how the government of Tanzania wants them to be done. And this allows me to walk into certain rooms, being in the position that I'm in, having the kind of paperwork that I have, allows me to walk into certain rooms and allows me to be heard and seen, because when I speak, I'm speaking from an intelligent position for the benefit of and the support of the farmers and the industry at large. This industry is real. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It can change a lot of lives. It can change your lives. It can change my life. It can change the farmer's life. But there are certain steps that need to be accomplished before we can get there. Okay? And so for the last year, this company, the East Africa Seaweed Company, has only been in business for 1 year. But the amount of money and the ground that we have covered, the money that we spent and the ground that we've covered, in 1 year, we have basically things that other companies had to leave behind. Okay? There are people who tried to do other things and they could not get up the mountain because the cost of doing business with the government is expensive. The cost of holding the paperwork is expensive. The cost of holding the space and the place to do business is expensive. And not everyone is prepared. This is not to say that I was prepared or I am prepared. Because if you know anything about business, it's never straightforward. It's never, I did everything I needed to do and I got it. Up every single step of the way, there is a mountain to climb. There is a new challenge, right? There is things take time. Time equals money, and the more time something takes, the more money you spend. And that is the position that we found ourselves in many, 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 many times. But at the end of the day, I have accomplishments that I can show what I did with my time. We have a packaged product. A packaged product needs to have multiple things attached to it. It needs to have nutritional value. It needs to have the story. It needs to have certain things. It needs to have, description. It needs to have specific things. There is a science to packaging. I did that in the first year, a packaged product. It needs to have scientific research attached to it. I did that in the first year. There are people who came to this property who came and asked me for our scientific data to put on their packaging. That is not fair. That's not fair to me. That's not fair for the kind of energy and time that it took and the money that I spent, because for me, I have to spend time to focus on something. That means I'm not being productive in another area of the business. Okay? So in order to do that, I had to really buckle down and focus and get everything. So in the first year, we have a packaged product. Okay? In the first year, we have a restaurant and a Seamoss cafe. And I cannot begin to tell you how important that has been for people coming, buying, using, asking questions. It is a place where somebody can walk up to the counter and ask, is this good for a nursing mother? Is this good to help me get pregnant? Is this good for my my appendicitis? Is this good for my eyesight? Is this good for weight loss? They come and they ask the questions, they buy the product, they get the information, they come back again, they try new things, they try new flavors of the drinks, they eat the food. It's a very, very important thing that we have done by putting up this restaurant here in Masaki. Okay? The location helps it a lot. A lot of companies, if you go to Google Maps and you Google Mwani Mama Jamaican restaurant, right? You will see the reviews on the food and the ambiance. Let me put this in here. Mwani Mama Jamaican restaurant. Okay? The ambiance, the food, the customer service, all of that takes time. That means there is time that I'm not doing something else. Okay? All right, so wait, hold on. Okay. Yeah, Mwani Mama Jamaican restaurant. Put that in your Google Maps and see our reviews. Go to Mwani Mama Masaki on our Instagram. Every single image that you see, I took it. Every video that you see, I edited. Every single thing that you can see, I did it. Every food, every morsel of food, I cook it. So to commute 1 hour to Masaki from Bahari Beach, look it up on a map, at one way, and then another hour every day. And then when I come in here at night, I'm also cooking. And then I get up early and I'm also cooking. And I'm preparing everything, and I'm training, and I'm teaching, and I'm doing all of the editing and the pictures, and I'm trying to juggle all of these things together. It does not give me enough time to focus on this part of the business. And because I am not putting my energy on this part of the business, I need to be able to hire or pay for people who are at the moment. As you know, with any restaurant, you have to work tops to like break even. I am very, very proud of what we have done in the first month. In the first month, we were able to, hold on. Oh, okay, I am back. All right. So yeah, so every morsel of food that you can see, I do it. The customer engagement, all of those things require strength and energy. Now, did I know that it would take so much out of me? Yes, I knew. This is why I wanted to ship our container earlier. I wanted to do it before opening the restaurant, because I knew, so that I could give the restaurant 110%. But it did not work out that way. It did not pan out the exact same way I planned it because of logistics. Okay. Lots of little things in between. So I am still in the position of looking for investors, looking for people to work with, to grow with, to help to grow the industry. I am going to host a Zoom meeting. Let's see, um, the 9th, the 9th, which is tomorrow. So for those of you who would like to come to the Zoom meeting tomorrow, uh, July the 9th, which is my anniversary, July the 9th, 2023. So tomorrow is my anniversary of being in Tanzania 3 years. I left on the 9th of July, and arrived in Tanzania around about the 10th, right? So it's my 3-year anniversary. I would like to host a Zoom chat with all the potentials, all that we're doing. I mean, this kind of work is not the kind of work where one person can do any more. I am past that. There is a thing in entrepreneurship called bootstrapping, meaning you do as much as you possibly can do by yourself for however long you can do it. But you should also know when you hit the point where you need to take on more investors or larger investors, venture capitalists, people who can invest large sums of money in what you have developed, where they can look at what you've done, what you've sold, what you have accomplished to say, okay, um, yes, D say, yeah, gem trading. Yeah, so with somewhat that's where we are now. Okay, we are at the place where we need to satisfy certain aspects of the business. We need to grow on what I have done with what I had available to me. Okay, there is no way to predict how much is actually required until you are in it. Okay, and like I said, I knew because I went to New York Restaurant School. Then it became the Arts Institute of New York. I have a certificate in restaurant management. I have a degree in hospitality management. I know this business very, very well, as far as the kind of management, inventory, labor, customer service, food production, food safety, all those things. And those reviews, they show it. Okay, that I know what I'm doing. And I am so grateful that I'm able to express all that I know through the food and through the Seamoss, through the work. And so it comes out in quality, right? So through putting that energy behind the Seamoss to help to grow it has only shown me that I'm on the right path. However, where I'm not on the right path is the thing that actually pays the bills, which is the sea moss. We have all that we need. We need more people. We need investors. We need employees. We need to expand, and we need to do it quickly. Every December, our license expires. All license in Tanzania, every single one of them, from your business license all the way down to your export license on December the 31st. And it doesn't matter if you got it on the 1st of December, it will expire on the 31st of December. So we have a clock ticking, and we need to have enough time between when we ship the container to when the container arrives. So this is now July. We need people. I am doing a lot, and I've done a lot. And what I'm doing, those who have been in the boat with me from the beginning think it's a long boat ride. But those who have not, and those who have assessed what I've done, can tell you that I've done incredible things in a very, very, very short space of time. There is a lot of people who don't yet understand the cycles of business, okay? And the phases of business and the growth phases of business. I want an international company. I want a company that can expand. I need a company that can grow the industry. That is not stuff that happens overnight. I do not need to be doing this to feed my child. But what this should not be doing is taking food from the mouth of my child. So I am putting more and more and more to acquire and achieve something that will benefit more and more people. So it's either I do it that way, or I do it on the level where it's only satisfactory to satisfying my household and my child, where I don't need to do this. I can go back to documentary filmmaking. I am still sought for editing. Go and look at my Instagram page and look at how those things are edited. I am a serious, serious editor. I don't have to do this. I could rent this place out, this big old house, and make a ton of money. I haven't shot a commercial We did Tigo Pesa commercial last year. We did Tigo. We did Voda, right? We've had weddings. We've had, so this place can work. It can work and it can make its money to satisfy the needs of this property. But to satisfy the needs of the farmers and the industry the way I'm looking to do it, that is not sufficient. And it requires time and energy. So that my energy is behind pushing the Seamoss cafe, the consumption of the Seamoss, popularizing the Seamoss, putting it on mainstream. People come in and ask for a ginger beer Seamoss. They come in and ask for a pineapple Seamoss. They come in and ask for the pineapple guava Seamoss. They come in and ask for those things, drink it, and then ask, well, what do you have on the menu? So it's not they eat and then they ask. They come in specifically. We have one repeat customer. When she comes with friends. Everyone she comes with, oh, you should try this one. You should try that one. You should taste this. You should have that. And they buy the jars. They buy the gels. Right? But as a new business, the income to match up to the expenditure is not yet there. Of course, we've only been open about a month, the 26th of May to the 26th of June, a month, let's call it 6 weeks. Okay? But what I have proven in those 6 weeks is I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing with food, and I know what I'm doing with management, and I know what I'm doing with marketing. I know what I'm doing to push this thing to outer space. I know what I'm doing, but I am one person. The toll it takes on me to commute 1 hour each way, and then also if I'm shipping things, to also fight the traffic to get to the ministry for every single shipment, and also the logistics of bringing the Seamoss from the villages. I alone cannot do that. I need stability. Excuse me. Right? I need stability. I cannot keep my foot on the gas to bring the restaurant to where it is, and also put my foot on the gas to bring the seaweed to where it needs to be, right? Let me see. Exposing the communities. Oh, to what? The farms, the seaweed farms? This is no. What I will say, DC. So DC's question is: should you giving away the vital information? Doesn't it expose this community? She was wondering. Okay, so that is a very valid question. And I personally, if I felt like it would, send these communities into hyper exploitation, I probably wouldn't. But also, one of the reasons behind this is I want other people to, number one, see where it comes from. Okay. Number two, in addition to seeing where it comes from, if a buyer is out there who has a ton load of money and they know what to do and they want to do the right thing, they know where to go. Okay. So I am not the only person. I'm not their savior. I'm not the only person who knows where it is to go and get it. And I don't want to keep secrets like that, because when we approach business with that perspective, it keeps the farmers behind. So I'm sure since I've set up my company and I've been putting out these videos and talking, other people have set up their companies. Okay. And other people are going, okay, that's great. Because they can do what I maybe can't do, or maybe they're just now seeing that there's a lot of holes in the ship and they can't reach those holes unless they have certain things in place. Okay? So what I'm really trying to say in a roundabout way is I want to grow the industry. I want other players in the industry. My market is not everyone else's market. If I'm shipping to the United States, I can't satisfy the United States market. I alone cannot satisfy the the South American market. I alone can't satisfy. There's certain markets that I alone can't satisfy. Maybe it puts me in a position of competition. Okay, but I am confident also that whoever else will see where I'm showing the farms at, I am confident that they're not drying the seaweed the way I dry it. They're not processing the seaweed the way I'm processing. They don't have the same kind of turnkeys that I have. So I can show them the door, but they still got to get in. I can show them the door. Okay. It's something to say, okay, well, here is the palace, but you still got to find your way in there. Right. So I don't have any qualms about, like, okay, this is the seaweed farms, this is where it comes from. I took my camera and I shot everything there, because since I've done that and I've talked so much about these places, now people know there are other places to buy seaweed than Zanzibar. If that helps a little old village somewhere in the middle of nowhere where I can't go, or where it does not make sense for me logistically to go and buy it and ship it and put it on a truck and transport it and pay about 30 laborers to go and come back with it. If someone else sees it and says, yeah, I got it, I can do it, let them go. Because at the end of the day, those people are stuck out there. So the least I can do is show the world they're stuck. They're stuck out there. They ain't got nowhere to go. Most of them don't have no boats. There definitely ain't no cars, no bicycle, no motorbike, no internets, no electricity, none of them good stuff. They don't have anything. They're out there depending on Seamoss. So while I'm out here pushing hay in Masaki and trying to, run this restaurant, they still need the help. So if somebody is out there who can help them, by all means, go. But I don't look at it as competition for myself. What I look at it as, okay, grow the industry, more players. Do you see? Yes, it is stressful. Can't you tell? It's stressful, but I'm not stressed out. Right. So what I will say is, um, you know, there is a lot of opportunities out there, and there's a lot of opportunities here. I want to grow the industry. An industry does not grow with one single player. An industry grows with multiple players. When you have other people involved, it creates synergy. It creates shared materials. It creates a force of nature. It creates an opportunity to go to the government. It creates positions of bargaining. We're not going to get anywhere by just us, but it has to be the people who have the right intentions of supporting the farmers in the right equitable way. I am looking at this from the perspective that if I'm in London and I walk into Marks and Spencer's, I want to buy a package of Seamoss. As the consumer, when I pick up this package of Seamoss and I start reading it, I need to know where it comes from. I need to know who is it helping. I need to know that it's equitable. I need to know that it's traceable. I need to know all of these things about this product that I'm going to put in my body for wellness. Other people doing things can only do it under the radar and can only do it a certain kind of way, which is all right. Oh, I'm freezing. Uh-oh. How about now, DC? Am I still freezing? Yeah. So I was saying, from a consumer perspective, if I go into Marks and Spencer's in the UK and I want to be able to go and pick up a package of Seamoss, I want to be able to pick up a package of Seamoss and say, this is where it's come from, with this is the traceability, this is the inclusive value chain, this is how many people are using it. We need to be able to do that, right? So by all means, if somebody else wants to come on up, we can grow an industry. I'm not talking about my business, I'm talking about industry. So I don't see anybody else's competition. The age of competition is over as far as I'm concerned. The age of women competing with each other, the age of businesses competing with each other. I mean, look at McDonald's and Wendy's or Burger King. They go across the street from each other, but together they create something that individually they wouldn't have, right? Individually, if a McDonald's was on a street lane by itself, people probably wouldn't go down that street because there's just a McDonald's down there. Oh, there is a McDonald's somewhere around the bend. But you have eating options when there's a Taco Bell, McDonald's, or whatever. Sometimes you drive to the McDonald's to think, oh, I'm just gonna go and get this one thing, and they don't have it. Meanwhile, Burger King across the street has something that you're looking for. So together they create a consumption community, a restaurant community. Now, individually, you're weak. In a group, you're strong. So this is why I build relationships. We're part of the World Wildlife Fund working group on seaweed. Community, relationships. Through building that community and relationship, I was able to meet key ministers, sit with them, shake their hand, explain to them what's going on and how we can solve it together. Okay? Through those relationships, that community. So I am looking to pull all of us together, the farmers, the exporters, to see how we can develop this. This is one thing we don't have to, we can be so proud of this product, Seamoss. We can be so very proud of this product because of where it comes from, because of who plants it, and because of the positioning in the industry. It is versatile. It is in shampoo, conditioners, lotions, toothpaste, you name an ice cream, you name it, it's in it. So we as a people, if we are enterprising and manufacturing people, like I know we are, right? Like I know that the billions of dollars that Black women spend on their own hair care and skincare products, that they also make things to service their industry. I know we're looking for things for our own. So, there are many, 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 many places that many people fit in. Okay, it's an opportunity that we can all work on together, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see more people looking at it and saying, well, we can make things out of this, right? This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why can't we use this industry to grow the farmers and grow ourselves? Okay. The other thing, DC, about what you had said was, about exposure. I'm not really concerned. Yeah, I'm not concerned. You know why? And another thing about that is most of where the farmers are, they're in protected areas. So it's not like people can go out there and do janky stuff. Okay, it's not like they can go out there and go and build up hotels and overpopulate it. No, that's not going to happen because these are government protected areas. So all of that you've seen me do, most of what you see me do, those people are within certain protected areas, and they farm seaweed so that they're not killing whales, they're not killing dolphins, they're not attacking wildlife. They're not doing illegal fishing. They're not doing illegal things just to eat food and make a living. So the seaweed helps to protect the ocean. So supporting the farmers is making the people stewards of the ocean. They are unable. They're not going to pollute where they eat. So they have a whole different set of rules that they have to live by out there in the wilderness. So that's one of the things, but yeah, we can be proud of this industry. This is something that if we stick to this in 10 years, 20 years, doing what we're doing, the way we're doing it, this is a bridge that we can grow our partnerships and our relationships in Africa. Okay, because I know that doing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, the way I'm doing it, the way I'm saying it, the way I'm presenting it, the opportunities that I'm presenting, I know that showing up and showing out the way I have done has opened a lot of doors. So if you are looking to come to Tanzania, this is an opportunity. If you're looking at investing in Africa, this is an opportunity, right? So Ali says in Mombasa they're using it to make fertilizer. I use it. I use it to fertilize these plants, right? So it can be used for fertilizer. It can be used. The wild sea moss that we collect is used to treat cancer in India. It is used to treat diabetes and hypertension. It is the secret formula behind some of the most potent drugs that are coming out of India on the other side of this Indian Ocean. So I'm on the edge of the Indian Ocean here, and on the other side, they actually harvest the seaweed and use it for medicinal purposes. Our seaweed, ain't nobody around here know nothing about it. Everybody wants to be on the gel, which is okay, but after the gel, you have to also, there are things that I don't think people need to understand. I don't think people understand. Let me try to break it down. Your body expels a certain amount of cells, I should say, releases cells for die off, like at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. Your bone marrow releases certain dead cells. That means anything that you have consumed, anything that you are looking to clean out of your blood, out of your system, you're also cleaning out minerals as well. So when you use the bathroom, there is a reason why you get up at night. Look at the time when you get up. When you get up at night to use the bathroom, there is a reason for that. Your body is a machine. Once you start removing and depleting those chemicals, there is also micronutrients that you are releasing as well. Sometimes you're releasing positive bacteria from your gut as well. And if you are not replenishing them and replacing them, you are going to find yourself, depleting in certain minerals, right? You're going to find yourself mineral deficient in vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin E, if you are not consistently replenishing those things. In addition to the vitamins, there are micro minerals that your body needs. And the Seamoss has 94 of those minerals. And they're not all Seamoss species are the same. A lot of people don't know that. And not all Seamoss has the same minerals. We are just taking it because it says to take it. People say take, oh, it has a lot of stuff. It will help you to feel good. But will it fix your situation? If you're not consuming it enough, and I know some of y'all are out there buying the Seamoss and not taking it, how is that possible? How are you spending the money and not using it? Buy it, use it every day, 2 and 3 times a day. Okay? It's important that you do that, because if you don't use it every day, you're not going to see the benefits. You're not going to feel the benefits. This thing is a whole entire science. But in any event, let me see. Oh, so DC is asking, how does it work as a fertilizer? DC, like I was saying, there's a lot of minerals inside the Seamoss that plants also need, that it can be used for fertilizer. Certain species have abundant phosphorus. Certain phosphorus, iodine. These are the basic building blocks of fertilizer, of bone. Okay. And so for bone healing, the Seamoss is fantastic. The plants require the same kind of phosphorus. When you touch a tree, it feels kind of barky, because it has this strong, rich phosphorus inside of it. So that's how it responds to the Seamoss. Um, so they use it for a variety of different things. What I found in Tanzania is a lot of people don't know how to use it. So they don't like the taste. They don't like, so when we put it in the drinks, when we put it with the fresh juices and the fresh pineapple juices and the fresh mango juices, and when we make it Jamaican style, they gobble it up. Why? They gobble it up because they did not know that they could use it that way. And there are other things that we use it for, right? So, it can be used for many things: fertilizer, shampoo, pet food, you name it. Y'all people need to start experimenting. You need to think about what you can get involved in. I want to get our CMOS to you. I am not selling me to CMOS. I am not, just getting what everybody else is getting and flipping it for a profit and sending back to you. I am trying to grow an industry and create opportunities for other people. I've been at it 1 year and it looks like I'm being successful at it. And I need more like me. I need more like minded people. I need people who understand what I am saying, right? If you are a conscious consumer and you go to purchase anything in the supermarket, consumers want to know where stuff comes from. They want to know the quality of the product. The investors who have been in my company from the beginning, I have said the same thing. I have not changed my tune. I have not gone up or gone down. My tone, everything that I have said from the beginning is the exact same. We need to get this product to people for healing. We need to get it into the supermarkets. We need to get it into the international market. We need to get it to a place where it is on the shelf, where people can actually go and pick it up and use it for their healing and benefit. So, with that young man coming, that's the first person from Germany, so I know that there are other people out there. It's not just the black product, right? Uh, a lot of people need this in this post COVID-19 world. A lot of your good bacteria has been completely depleted. If you ever got COVID or think you got COVID, you no longer have the same amount of bacteria in your gut that you did before COVID happened. Before 2019, you are not the same person. And a lot of people who have come down with things after taking the vaccine, this is also an immune support. People think that the immune system is some obscure system, and then once you take something, some echinacea, some turmeric, you're good. It is a system that continues to consume and breaks down every single day. Every single day, you have to keep replenishing your body with the vitamins and the minerals that you need. You need to eat it, drink it, whatever you need to do, you need to get it into your system to continue to remain strong, because we're all on our own mission and our own agenda. And health, believe it or not, is wealth. I healed myself from a brain tumor with this thing, so I know that it has potential. The infertility that I had before I took the CMOS, I was able to fix that. And that baby you see running up and down around here, 7 years old, that was her baby milk, that was her baby formula. So I know about this CMOS thing. Okay, I have been looking at it from a scientific perspective, a molecular perspective, the different kinds of structures and minerals that are in each species. And I understand exactly what people are looking for when they're looking to buy Seamoss. You have to know what you're buying. You have to know the quality. You have to know how it's grown. You have to know where it comes from. You have to know what it's exposed to. And you have to know who is farming it and how they're farming it. You have to know how it's dried. You have to know where it's dried. You have to understand its shelf life. You have to understand its reproductive cycle. You have to understand these things. It is a living plant, just like any tree. It takes time to mature. It takes time to become what you need it to be. Okay? And I stand firm on what I have said, what I'm saying, and what I continue to say. It is a mainstream product. It is going into the mainstream supermarkets, and it's up to you if you want to take it there. Okay? I have done as much as I can do by myself, and I need people who see, understand, and are ready to act. Tomorrow evening at, well, is that tomorrow? Sorry. So not the 9th. I'm going to put it here. So the 10th, that would be 8 p.m. So July the 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. July the 10th. Hi, Life with the Jones. How are you? July 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are hosting another meeting. Okay? July the 10th, Monday. Okay? Monday. So, Monday, that allows me time to do other things that need to be done. So, Monday, the July the 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Very well. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to send you um, something. So this is my email address. Let's see. ExodusAfrica1@gmail.com. Okay. So go ahead and email me if you would like to come to the meeting, buy the Seamoss. Even if you just take Seamoss, come and talk to me. So I'm not up in there wondering who the people are that are taking the Seamoss, because there are a lot of people who buy the Seamoss, but they're not taking the Seamoss. Y'all need to take that Seamoss too. All right, take it, take it, take it, take care of yourself, okay? Feed it to your kids, feed it to your babies. I know it's safe for babies because I've been feeding mine. CMOS, after, so in 2013 rather, 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and I moved to Jamaica in 2014 when I was well enough to go. And I started, healing myself with different kinds of products, but I had what they call it was a pituitary adenoma, and it's a prolactinoma. So something I never talk about before is a prolactinoma causes your breast to secrete milk. I was secreting milk as if I was pregnant or nursing, even though I was not pregnant or nursing. So I knew I was suffering from some kind of hormonal interruption. I stopped washing my hair. I stopped with shampoos. I stopped using harsh chemicals. I stopped using deodorant. I used an alternative toothpaste. I did not know what I was doing to my body that was causing this kind of interruption. I stopped putting on nail polish. Is why you will never see me with no big old long nails. There are just certain things that you won't see me do. Maybe for like a special occasion, you'll see me do something, but not, that's the only time. So I don't stay with the nail polish and these things. The thing that they put on your nails, those are hormone interrupters. Once I blocked out the hormone interrupters out of my life, I saw a significant improvement to my well-being, that I was able to get well enough to have the space and the energy to move myself to Jamaica to get more healing. At that time, I was living in New Jersey, and all of my food I was buying, I was buying organic. I was eating different places. I was making sure that I was consuming only certain kinds of foods, and it became expensive. And I thought to myself, why am I doing this? I know how to heal myself. I know which part guinea hen weed there. I know which part, in Jamaica we call Seamoss Irish moss. I know which part Irish moss there. Why am I doing this to myself? So I picked up myself and I went back to Jamaica. Now, that prolactin did not stop. I was still secreting the hormone. When I went to Jamaica, I started the guinea hen weed, the moringa seed. Okay, I would take like 3 moringa seed, and those things helped. But the thing that helped me the most was the sea moss. And how do I know? is that is the only thing that stopped the secretion of milk. Okay? So I never talked about that before because it's extremely personal and it's private. But I'm telling you why I know how I know. It didn't just like dry up my brain tumor. It dried up the milk. So I knew that it was reacting to the tumor was reacting to that intense amount of vitamins and minerals that I was bombarding it with on a daily basis, and that is what brought the thank you. That's what brought the hormone levels down. Okay. Prior to delivering Jojo, I did an MRI. Sorry, before conception, I did another MRI. It was stable. It was not growing. After delivering Jojo, I had to do another MRI. They did not find any evidence of a prolactinoma in my pituitary gland. Okay, so all of that went through the window. So being conscious of what I was doing to myself, what I was doing to my body, the exposures of things with Joe. Uh, okay, sorry, I had to take a call. But anyway, yeah, so that is how I knew that it does a lot. Okay, so when I had Jojo, I was so scared. Like, what am I gonna do with this baby in America? I can't feed her anything out of a can. I can't feed her anything out of a box. I had already gone through my own drama. I knew that there was so many things in the food to preserve the food. When you walk into Walmart and you walk into the supermarkets and you see everything so prettily packaged and so gleaming under the lights and inviting you to buy, there is a lot of things that goes into keeping those food on the shelf. So I decided that I was not going to give her any baby formula whatsoever. I was not going to put anything in her body that I could not pick off of a tree. So aside from breast milk, because she was a big baby and she ate a lot, and I had to eat a lot to feed the baby, and I was taking the Seamoss, but at the same time I couldn't keep up with Jojo because I had a full-time business to run. I had employees, and I have her, and I was pumping and falling asleep, so I switched her to Seamoss, and I had never seen anybody make baby food with Seamoss, but that's what I did with my baby. It was good for me. I thought it would be great for her. So she was an energetic baby, happy baby, strong baby, teethed, walked, everything, no rickets, none of that stuff. Because people were telling me that, oh, because you don't give her milk, that her bone isn't going to be strong, she'll have rickets, and when she walks, she'll have a bow leg. I'm like, why y'all speaking that over my baby? A housekeeper told me that in Jamaica. I'm like, well, don't speak that over my baby. She'll be fine. There is enough nutrition in the Irish moss, as we call it, Irish moss, to support her, and it sure did. She teethed, sit up, walk, and more, all doing stuff she wasn't supposed to do, right? Long before and on her time. So I know this is a good quality product to give to yourself, to give to your children, to put in their food, to put in anything, mix it into their drinks, into their juices. I'm gonna give out the formula again. I always give out the formula. Yes, Stacy says, great idea for children. Fantastic. Big up to that African American company that's doing CMOS gels for gummies for children. Even us as adults, right? Take your CMOS, you know, take your CMOS. Make sure you got all your nutritional value out of what you're consuming, right? You all can. Some of you just joining me, you can hear the ocean, but you can't see it. So she is out in full glory. So this is where I'm sitting. This is my view. Yeah. So big up to the people who are, you know, doing innovative things, right? We don't all have to do the same thing. Not because somebody doing CMOS gummies means everybody needs to be doing CMOS gummies too. We can do other things. There are shampoos and conditioners. That market is wide open. Wide open. I guarantee you that if you get some quality CMOS and you start making some little CMOS shampoo or some sculpting gel or some face cream or foot balm or lotion or back rub, I guarantee you it will sell. Start little, start small, start making sample things. Try it on yourself, try it on your friends, try it on your kids, see how it works. Mix up some sheet CMOS and shea butter and see what can happen. Do and some what do you call it? Some of these essence, herbal essence oils. Mix up things, do something productive and creative with it because it's a quality product and the community is on it, right? So since we're on it, let's grow it. Let's let it not be a phase. Let it not be something like, oh, I remember once upon a time people used to take it. Now when I speak to people, they tell me, oh, my grandmother used to take it, and or my father used to take it, but their people they don't know anything about it, and it's been, you know, it's been being used for generations. So let's not make it a phase. Yeah, let's not make it a phase. Let's not make it a yeah, let's not make it a phase. The Europeans need it, the Asians need it, the African Americans need it, the Africans need it. Me specifically, I know that the African market is only going to heat up once they see it and they can use it. It is only going to increase. Once they can see it and use it and have access to it, it is only going to grow. I know there are people in Rwanda who want it. And like I said, the most important thing about CMOS is a point of consumption. It's one thing to make it and have it for sale and have it, you know, sleepy in on your shelf and say, yeah, it's for sale, and let people come and buy it. It is another thing when people actually consume it and eat it. And so I want to see how we can take the Mwani Mama brand, bring it up as a franchise, whether those be carts, juice carts, or food trucks, or corner store, you know, places or restaurants or whatever. With this brand, we can actually do something, right? It's time for me to hire more people. It's time for me to get past this place where I'm doing all of the heavy lifting and the shoveling, because there are other parts of the business that require my attention 110%. Physically, as a human being, I am unable to do it all. To travel one way each way round trip, a 1 hour each way round trip, and cook when I come in at night, and then get up and prepare JoJo, and then do some more cooking, and then schlep back to the restaurant and do the customer service and do the media, the social media, edit the videos, take the pictures. I'm doing a lot. So I'm looking for people who sees the value and can take it to the next level, right? So my story has not changed. It's a mainstream product. Let's continue to do it. Let's continue to push. We've accomplished a lot in this 1 year and a few months. So I don't feel any kind of way about the curves and the turns and the ins and the outs. But what I do feel some type of way about is that I'm alone, and I can't manage to do it all by myself. I'm tired of people, so I'm looking for investors. So go ahead and email me, ExodusAfrica1 at gmail.com. And this goes for people who are looking to purchase the Seamoss. People who are looking to buy one package of Seamoss, I cannot. We can only go to 10 kgs or more. And I'm going to explain that to you because it takes 2 hours to get to the ministry. As Yasin said, it's a 40-minute drive. It should be 20 to 30 minutes. But where the ministry is in the middle of a shipping zone. So the containers, the trucks, the buses, you will be there literally the whole entire day trying to make a 40-minute run. I am unable to do that in the scenario that I'm in. So I forgive me if I cannot respond to like a one package or run a single one package, right? Because for every one that I do, we need to process it on the computer. We need to go to the ministry. We need to get back from the ministry. Then we need to go to the shipping place. So that is a part of my scenario. It's a real scenario. It's a very real scenario. Okay, so I'm looking for people who are looking to purchase in bulk. I'm looking for people who are looking to support us with the container, to be partnered here. There is no such thing as a less than a full container. It has to be a full container. So a full container for our company to go purchase the seaweed, pay all the logistics, ship it here, store it here, sort through an entire container, and then package that entire container. Well, we before doing all of that, we still have to put it through our drying sheds for at least a week, and inspect it to make sure that there isn't any debris, stones, rocks, and things like that that you're going to get. And then, we start processing and packaging. That requires labor, that requires facilities, so there is a lot that is involved. So I hope I'm doing a good job at describing to you the situation that I'm in, and how you can help and how it's beneficial. And I'm going to put it out there. Come to the meeting. I'll show you the figures. I'll show you the money. I'll tell you exactly how it's done. For those of you who are looking to come, moving to Tanzania, investing in the company provides you with residency to move here should you so desire, not just you, but also your family. So please go ahead and email me, communicate with me, get back to me. At this point, I'm not looking to do this. I'm looking to do this. Because where we are now with shipping these containers, our return is exponential. I can only discuss exactly what we're doing, how much, and these things when we get the meeting. Okay? So thank you all so much for watching. And let me show you the sea one last time. There's a whole entire ferry that is going by. Can you all see? It's my backyard, y'all. That's my backyard. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. And also, yes, we still take orders. So people who are looking to come, especially about the seaweed business, we have a place for y'all to stay. And this is it. It's the Exodus house, right? So we're right on the beach. People are able to come and inspect my storage, which we also have our license and our documentation for. We also have our own drying facilities. You know what? Since I'm walking, let me talk. Let me just walk back there. Right? We have ways of drying our Seamoss that nobody else in Tanzania is doing. No one else in Africa is doing. We're drying it hygienically. Typically, when you purchase Seamoss, when you get Seamoss, Seamoss is dried on the ground. They take it out the farm and they put it down in a dirty ground. When we get it, we do this. We have our own drying sheds off the ground with air on top, air on bottom, control the airflow. Okay. And some people are new. Some people have never, never seen where we dry it. Okay. So people come, the government come, them inspect, them ask question, them want to know how you do this, when you do this, how you know to do this, right? So we're doing things that are a whole lot different for what anybody else is doing. Like I said, uh, whereas, so I'm now going into the next lot. Okay. So I planted these trees. Look how them big. Look at these. Whoa. Look how big they are. So I planted these. Right? Look at that. Anyway. So like I said, I can show somebody the door, but having the keys, completely different story. So y'all can see, those are the sheds. Okay. It costs money to build, money to maintain. So when we get our Seamoss wet, it goes through here. Okay. So these are sheds. Okay. You can see the table and the setup. All right. So that's what we're doing. We're not saying we want to do. We're not saying we wish we could. We're not saying if I had. I'm saying we have done, we did. So what we need now are people who are ready to do it with us. Right? So this is the place. We do events, we shoot commercials, we do a variety of different things here. I'm gonna walk around my garden. Okay, so this is one lot on this side, and then on that side I have a whole other lot. And then let me walk you to the third lot. Like I said, some people have been with me for 3 years. They saw me build this house from scratch. This was an abandoned building. I blew out all the windows. I changed everything. The only thing that's still standing is the walls. But this whole entire place was an abandoned place. For those who don't know, you see this dirt, this dry dirt here? That's how all of this was. Okay? So I'm a builder, I'm a developer, I'm a business development specialist. I worked for over 20 years in the hospitality industry and business development. So, as far as growing and expanding and scaling up a business, I have the tools. It's another plot right here. Okay. Huge, huge, huge plot. Okay. So, there's a lot that can be done. Who's ready to do it with me? Send me an email. Let's meet. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.